2.2, national motto. Anyone want to lead on that?
Well, Mr. Chair, as you know, I brought this forward before, and all the red lights and everything came on, and I really feel that since we filled the room with people from Tacoma and Portland, that it wasn't a true representation of Clark County.
That is not.
And that's what I would like to recommend, that we acknowledge that and open up for discussion and maybe consideration.
Okay. First, if I look at the minutes that we just approved on February 11th, in the middle paragraph, we addressed this, and the reason that we brought this, the action item that we brought forward is reflected at the beginning and the middle of that. The Lord inquired about getting a large font display of the Declaration of Independence. Further research would be done and brought back next week. That's this week. And so further research will be done and brought back next week. So it's the last sentence as well. Mark, have you been able to make any progress on that large font display of the Declaration of Independence? Are you afraid of something else?
I have the text of the declaration in regular font. I just need to get it on the plotter, print it out, see how it looks.
Find space here somewhere that it's not just a piece of artwork. It is that, but hopefully very readable.
And then frame it appropriately.
Sure. So, great.
Well, Mr. Chairman, one of the things that we had discussed in the previous board meeting was I just felt it was appropriate to put that in the hearing room as a formality of our government and recognition that it's a national motto. I had not wanted to discuss or get into debate or slow the discussion over where we might put it. And while if we can agree that we would place it somewhere in the hearing room, we can always discuss and decide later where to put it.
Well, there are really two different things. One is the Declaration of Independence here somewhere, and that's looks like we have a good possibility for that being. You have a proposal for us to be able to take a look at that, and the other would be the national model being mounted here in a place in our hearing room. What I recommend is that we bring that back either at a time when in a regular public hearing here, or when there's not much on the agenda, just simply because not only should what we do is important, but how we do it is important. And just simply, in this setting, it doesn't provide for citizens to be able to participate. They're welcome to observe, but in that setting, it would allow them to be able to speak. And I know we've heard 2.5 hours already from citizens, but yes, it takes patience to offer that opportunity in here, make sure that we welcome that. But Mark, can you tell me if we have, if this coming Tuesday looks like a fairly light agenda? If not, what would be coming up?
We have one item on the consent agenda, $20,000 grant for the railroad crossing. Other than that, we have the warrants and minutes. Other than that,
Is this the
that would be a good
road
time.
vacation for 6th Street as well coming up in here? Or is that the next?
That's the 24th. Yeah, I think the Regency Place vacation may be scheduled for next week. I can look it up on the grid here real quick.
And that would be a fairly simple thing as well.
It's become more simple because the city doesn't need the road extension.
Oh, really?
So that entire topic is greatly simplified and should take no time.
Did you get something ready on that?
Hmm?
Great, can you send it to us? I did not know that. That's great.
I like to keep you guessing. No, I will forward.
Thank
the
you,
email.
that is really good. Okay, well, that would be.
So next week would probably be a good time to have that.
Okay, I can imagine on we could either put it on consent, and I know it doesn't require a public hearing, although we always have the discretion just to simply call it a public hearing and not make it a consent item, just have it a hearing because we just assume it would provide more opportunity. Would that be appropriate?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
Under the charter, the things that we do and the actions that we take here could be challenged by referendum, and that could be done with the signatures of 100 Clark County voters to put it on the next ballot. And so to bring it back and listen to a busload of people from Tacoma about Clark County or from Portland, I want to remind people this is not Portland, this is not Oregon, this is Clark County, and we are unique in itself. And so
Absolutely, you are.
I take offense that those people come up and come over and think that they can dictate what Clark County does. And we heard it, that we had some people call it frivolous or time wasting. And that's exactly what I think that would be if you had another hearing consisting of another 2.5 hours. And I'm saying that in a conservative manner because I would think that you'd probably have a bigger contest going on to see who fell through the most. They have the right to take it back through referendum, and I would encourage those people to do that because that's what they do. But I think that we could make better use of our time than having a second hearing on the same thing. When we have to, because there is no action taken on this, we have the ability to take action today if we want in any public setting.
Two things. One, I agree that this is a public meeting and we have the freedom and the authority and the discretion to be able to make decisions in this meeting, and we do have the freedom to do that. However, in reference to the charter does provide for referendums on ordinances. This is not an ordinance, and the decision is independent of that. And yes, we've heard a number of citizens that come forward and said, don't waste time on this, and then they proceed to waste time on that. For those that are interested in that topic, I'll share my views on this. This is not an election, and it really doesn't matter how many people pack this room one way or the other, because most of the people, 435,000 people in this county aren't here. And really it's an exercise in organizational skills, and what I'm searching for when I listen is compelling arguments. If I hear a compelling argument, then I could be persuaded. If it's something that is not that's significant enough, and we don't know it, we can hear from people and hear something that we didn't consider before. So I welcome compelling arguments. But 100 people saying the same thing does not move me any more than one person saying the same thing, because I know all those people that we represent that are not here.
So I want to offer an observation about the motto, and that is, it is simply our national motto, and it is the motto of the United States of America, and it's on the coin and the bills. My concern about moving ahead with this is the public perception. This has got less to do with the national motto, and now it's more about public perception. The perception is, and I'm just going to be frank, we have 3 Republicans. We share similar religious values, and we're creating the motto. It's our idea of a motto to put up for all time in the county commission. I don't think that would be a bad motto if that's the motto that happened. I think it would be more collaborative if we waited until the other two council members were seated, so that it wouldn't just be the motto of us three, however good that motto would be, but it would be the motto for Clark County moving forward. I think that that is a fair and reasonable, so that the charge can't be these three did something for all time to simply suit our own best interests. Here, here. So,
No applause.
I think what we would see is it would be a binding force, working together to agree on a model that would go up. It would be one of the first things we work together on. And that would put it out of this area of being suspect by these three commissioners. And I don't think that we should have fear, or that we should be afraid people are going to think we're all this or we're all that. That's not what this is about. It's to find a way that we can move forward on this collaboratively, rather than what has ended up being more divisive than it ever should have been. So that's a proposal that I'm going to throw out now. And if you want to see it in writing, I can submit it in writing to get put on an agenda. But it's pretty straightforward.
You know, with all due respect, and I understand where you're coming from, for 35 years, there was 3 Democrats sitting here, and I didn't see them holding back any decisions or policies or zoning, because there was no Republicans sitting here. Today, for a reason, there's 3 Republicans sitting here with a different philosophy than what was here the last 35 years. And to think that we were going to put it off because this decision is a bigger decision on any zoning thing that we might do, or any other decision we might make, I don't see it compared the same. We make important decisions on a daily basis as to what we do here in the county, and I'm not going to put them off until I have 5 commissioners sitting here. It doesn't make sense. We have business to do, and now's the time to do it.
And the reason that I held off and didn't actually second the motion, what was it, a couple of weeks ago now, was that I want to make sure we never rush into anything. And Dean Stewart, you've been just an example of diligent, doing your homework, and never want to rush it. And we've had several weeks since then in order to consider this. And I'm thankful that we each can share our views, and your views are highly respected in my eyes. I consider that and hear that, I see some merit to that, but I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think this is our first time that we're going to disagree. I mean, you know, it's with goodwill, with respect. I believe it is appropriate for us to be able to schedule this to a public hearing and move on to their business. And it appears that the schedule is light enough for Tuesday for us to be able to simply bring that forward and with that, I think make the call. So I've got 2 fellow councilors here, one that wants to do it without a hearing, one wants to wait till later, and I'm going to hopefully we'll be able to just simply get it done on Tuesday. And if for some reason we're not successful then, I guess we'll have to revisit it hopefully sometime when there's 5. Are you going to say something over there?
Well, no, just mention on the schedule there, the hearing.
Can you talk in the microphone fast?
Very quickly, ran out of the room to talk to the clerk. There is a couple of hearings scheduled for next Tuesday. One of them is the 6th Avenue vacation. One of the hearings is related to how that decision, I think there's something with signage that, so, but I know there's at least 2.
If the Regency Place vacation is approved, the second hearing on no parking signage
Okay.
is not required.
Okay, I understand.
And I expect that
And
vacation will
it's
be.
the same group for both, and that's fine. I think that's still appropriate.
Yeah, so I think I'll schedule the resolution that God we trust for next Tuesday.
Is that okay, Tom?
And we have to be,
Okay.
If I could just make one final comment.
Yes.
Mr. Mielke, you're absolutely right. 25 years or longer, there were always 3 Democrats. They ran the business of the county. They did it in their own way.
And they didn't put any
Yeah, I do
trust
think-
on that.
hey,
wall.
knock it off.
Excuse me, this is the time when we welcome the citizens to observe. But this is also not a public hearing. This is the time when we conduct the business. And there's really not a provision for the public to participate in this conversation. Please, so please respect that, okay?
So, but what I do want to say is, the practices, the principles, and the standards that they thought we brought as individuals is why we all got elected. And so, I would never dispute that. So I just want to reaffirm that I understand that.
Okay, so we have consensus here that we put it on the agenda for Tuesday. And great. And would that be a consent item, or do you feel it would be appropriate to simply make it a separate?
I think it ought to be a consent item.
Okay, well, Mr. County Manager, thanks for your time.
And then you just pull it and talk to it separately like you frequently do.
Yes, okay, would be very kind. Okay, any more discussion on that one? Ross, still free?